Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to sort of share with you drugstore palettes that you should or drugstore eyeshadows that you should probably stay away from now you are leaning into your 40s. It's nothing personal. It's just what I've noticed from trying a whole different range of palettes, from high-end stuff. In comparison to the drugstore, there are some really good drugstore palettes as well, and I'm going to do a video on that at some point. But I have come across some formulas and things like that that just don't work for people who have aging skin. So I wanted to sort of show you some examples of what they are and what I've found, and tell you why you should just save your money and avoid that sort of thing. So next time you're out looking for an eyeshadow palette, or you stumble across something, you know whether or not you have some idea what you're looking for quality wise and formula wise. Okay guys, the first thing I want to talk about is shimmer. Shimmer and aging can really not work together. I've got shimmer on today. I have shimmer in the corner of my eye and in my lid here, and I actually never used to wear shimmer. I stopped wearing shimmer, I should say. I stopped wearing shimmer a couple of years ago because I've got incredibly hooded eyes, and everybody was saying at the time stay away from shimmer eyeshadows because they make your hood even more prominent. So I did, but lately, makeup trends have changed, and there are things that you can do if you have hooded eyes or aging eyes still with shimmer, because everybody loves a little bit of sparkle. I know I do. I just want to show you an example of, actually there's a couple here. I've got a pile of palettes home. There's a couple of examples here of some drugstore palettes that I've tried, and personally they are the kind of thing that I think we should be avoiding. Okay, so this is a 16 color eyeshadow palette by LA Colors, and I was given this palette, and when I first saw it I thought, cool, this is kind of cool colors. Like, I'll open it up, but when I opened it up I realized that the entire palette is shimmer. They're all shimmer shades. Compared to some shimmer palettes out there, it's not actually too bad quality wise for color payoff, and which is pigmentation, color payoff and formula. I don't mind it. The only thing is it's really impractical. An entire palette full of shimmer is like, you're just not going to, I haven't used it. I have used a few of the neutral shades, a few of the lighter shades in here for the corners of my eyes, like I said, and highlighting, but I've never dipped into the shimmer color. I never have. I'd never put this dark green on. It's too dark. That would be a corner color for me, which would never be a shimmer shade. So I even though I didn't buy this myself, and it was a Christmas gift or something like that, I believe, I haven't used it very much, simply because it's just not, I don't reach for it, because yeah, it's completely all shimmer shade. So if you're thinking about looking at these LA color palettes, they are very affordable, I believe. They're probably under $10, or no, that's not true, probably under $16 actually, but $15 or $16. But for that price you can get a palette with some shimmer shades and some nice mattes, which really complement an aging eye a heck of a lot more. So I would say avoid these shimmer palettes. There's another one here. I got this because I spent so much at the pharmacy. One year they gave me last year they gave me I spent $600 or something, and you get a $50 voucher, and so I thought, oh okay. And the pharmacy that I was in, they only had Debbie brand and Revlon counters at the time. So I had a look around. People were talking a lot about designer brands. I've tried their foundation and it is very good. But so I thought, oh well, I'll get a eyeshadow mineral. It's a 48 shade mineral eyeshadow palette, and I thought, cool, you know, those mineral powders are really good for your eyes. I had a look on the back here, and like I said, I don't see the dreaded chalk ingredient. It's quite often that's the first ingredient in a really badly made palette. It's Australian. I thought, awesome. So when I got home, I was quite excited to give it a go. I opened it up, and it's a very colourful palette, as you can see. But again, actually, it's all, it looked like it was all shimmers. This palette confused me. It looked like it was all shimmers, but when I pushed into like this, I got matte, some matte colours. Are there some matte colours? I'm just trying to remind myself, it's been so long. Yes, there are. This pink is matte. There are some matte colours, although that's got a little bit of a pearly shimmer in it. The colours are just deceiving. I thought these were greys, and when you rub your finger in them, this one here, it goes brown. So I was confused by that. There's another shimmer shade that when you rub it, it's just going to be a dirty, muddy sort of brown. And I don't mind the way it feels. I just think it's not very good quality. I don't like the eyeshadows. They, you know, even when I'm rubbing them onto my finger, they're coming off in chunks. There's chunks of colour coming off. Yeah, and I'm just trying to blend that into my finger, and it's like leaving massive big chunks. And that's the sort of thing you need to avoid. And what pissed me off was that this was in a box and there was no tester. So even though I looked on the back and I could see, you know, it was a colour range, I couldn't actually swatch or test the eyeshadows before I bought it. So, you know, I bought it on a whim and on the knowledge that some of the DB brand products can be really good, like their primers and whatnot. But I'm really disappointed in this, and I've never reached for it. The colour setup is kind of odd, if you ask me. You know, there's pinks and amongst greens. It just doesn't make sense. The colours are everywhere, and like I said, when you brush into, like, that, it looks like a pink to me. But when I put my finger in and just rub it around, it's a caramelly, weird, earthy colour. And even though it's not chalky, there's quite a bit of that chunk fallout in chunks. So I don't know, designer brands, they could have done better with this, definitely. The palette itself, whoa, is not too bad, but like I just experienced as soon as I opened it up, yeah, chunks and chunks. Usually things are quite, when they're bad quality, they're very powdery and there's heaps of fallout and things like this, but this actually creates little chunks of colour, which is even worse in my opinion. So designer brands, I did not like this eyeshadow palette at all. There's sort of shit falling out of it. Yeah, no, I never reach for it, don't like it, hate it. Stay away from that, designer brands. It's not going to work for you. The colours are muddy and weird, and that chunkiness is going to be so hard to blend. It's worse than powdery. Yeah, getting on to powdery. Who recognises things like this? These are sorts of things that you get in Christmas sort of kits, you know, when people get these big ass. I'm gonna open it up. I bought this off someone to show you guys on the video. I don't actually own one. I didn't actually own one. But who recognises these sort of, God, I can smell it already. These sort of palettes here, the ones that open right up. The ones that open right up like this. And you've got lipsticks and, you know, your eyeshadows on the top. Ooh, those lipsticks smell incredibly strong. So I've got another one here that you can buy in beauty sales stores. It's called Chameleon, and it is a massive range of eyeshadows. And again, the first ingredient that you see on the back of this is talc. Also, it's that budget that, you know, this come off already. It's just really flimsy, yucky plastic. And both of these palettes, this big chunker here, which is completely impractical, no one wants to work with this, it's huge and chunky, you could never take it anywhere with you. Yeah, what's going on here is how chalky these are. Super chalky. Like, the first ingredient on the back of both of these is talc. You can actually smell it. You can smell the talcum in these palettes, and yeah, look, I've got it all over my hands. Chalky is not your friend. Chalky, cheap palettes like this are not your friend. You may please just save your money and get a nice little 2 quad from what's something that's inexpensive off the top of my head that's not too bad. Chi Chi's good. You know, their formulas are not, but don't buy anything like this. This was $15, okay, and it seems like a super bargain, but they are so chalky and drying that when you put them on eyelids, that's exactly how your look's gonna end up. It ages you terribly. What's a nice color, bright color? Let's go for a blue. I've never even gone into these blues, and as you can see, I've just started trying to go into it, and stuff's falling out everywhere. Very dry, very dry. And if we, woo, don't know if you can see that, but it is snowing in here. Okay, so it looks quite bright and vicious on the brush, but when I swatch it on, nothing. There's no pigment in it whatsoever. Now remember, that color was really intense, really bright, and I dipped into it a heck of a lot. I'll do one more go. Wow, nothing, absolutely nothing. No color payoff, no pigment, and so it's actually not even worth the $15 that they try and take off you. There are no shimmer shades in this at all. It is strictly mattes, but my god, they're not just matte, they're like, I think you'd actually like get better color payoff if you soaked your brush in water and tried painting a picture on paper. Yeah, I might give this to my 7-year-old and see if he can make some watercolors. Putting on, taking off bloody makeup, and I'm just not prepared to put this crap on my eyes anymore. It's the first ingredient is talc, lanolin oil. Not enough, there's nothing oily in here at all. A lot of different iron blue, iron oxide yellow, iron black, iron red. Interesting. It doesn't actually even say where it's made. Even though you think you're probably getting a bargain and saving yourself some money, the reason we wear makeup and eyeshadows is, you know, for adornment, as they say, and because we want to feel our best and look our best and feel beautiful. And that's these sort of palettes, these sort of dry ass, chalky, horrible palettes are not going to do you any favors. You're just going to have wishy-washy, terrible color on, or you're going to build up too much of it trying to get that color payoff that is never there, and that chalkiness is just going to build up and build up and build up. And I could go on and on and on, but they're just horrible. So designer brands and the Chameleon palettes are horrible. Gift palettes like this that come with the duo lipsticks and eyeshadow and the whole kit, horrible for, you know, women our age who really want good quality stuff. If you want to give this sort of thing to your 13-year-old daughter because she's starting to become interested in makeup, and so this sort of stuff I'd throw towards them. I would totally avoid it for yourself. I know it comes down to money. I don't have lots of money to spend on makeup either, and that's why I own palettes like this, because in the beginning when I was trying to build up a makeup collection I was trying to cheat, and I was cheating myself because I never used these bloody things. Another kind of palette to avoid are the rip-off, copycat, dupey kind of budget brands that you can see floating around a lot of the time at Christmas. There is a brand out there that a higher brand out there that does beautiful chocolate bar palettes, and they come in tins, like usually facing this way. This is kind of ripping it off. I feel like it's ripping it off. This Kiss Beauty is a delicious pop of colour, surgery brights and beautiful go-to naturals, and a best-selling one-swipe formula you know and love. Includes a signature glamour guide with 3 looks to get you started. I never actually got a glamour guide, so I'm a little bit disappointed about that. I feel like these sort of palettes are what disillusions women from makeup. So guys, you know, I think I've said everything I wanted to say about this, and I really hope that this has helped you get an idea of, you know, maybe what you should be reassessing in your makeup kit with your eyeshadow palettes and your formulas. Start looking for things that are creamier. Stay away from talcum based products. Experience and trial some cream eyeshadows, and don't feel that you have to pay a ton of money. There are really good brands out there like Chi Chi, Maybelline is another good brand, Rimmel have good eyeshadows, and I'm going to list in the description box below, a few other drugstore palettes that are affordable and I've experienced to be quite good. So no one has to break the bank here. It's not about that. It's just about a little bit of knowledge and yeah, knowing what to look out for. So I hope that helps. Okay, with that I'm gonna take off and go and have a cuppa, I think. So I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.